Hi, my name is Lena Fowler. I'm a senior product designer on the fulfillment team, and today I'm going to take us through this heuristics evaluation scorecard that I did for purchasing a premium GitLab.com subscription. So the scenario is I'm a CTO of a small startup and a new user that hasn't worked with GitLab before, and I have decided to purchase a premium subscription for my company. So let's jump in. So the first thing I go to is I land on our marketing page. And my initial response to this page is I really like it. I like how it feels very clear to me that these are three different subscriptions that I can pick from. I clicked on the GitLab.com because I know that I want GitLab to host it. I do not want to have any technical setup. And so I clicked on this little tab, and then it showed me these three different subscriptions. And I can tell by the coloring that the Ultimate is like the most like flashy, most expensive probably than out of the three. And I really liked how it gives me all of these feature lists to show I get all of this stuff with the premium version. It feels like I get a lot more than the free version. So I did really like that. I also like that it had this chat with us option. If I had any questions, I really like chat features that I can just ask a question really quickly. And then I proceeded to scroll down a little bit to learn more about, the frequently asked questions, the license and subscription details, as well as payments and pricing. And I started reading through all of this. And then I noticed this button on the left-hand side, um, and I clicked on it, thinking it would jump me to the end of the page, and was surprised to find out it actually jumped me upward. So into this like add-on area, which I wasn't expecting it to do that. So I think that is something that is possibly like broken. We probably need to look into fixing. Anyway, at that point, I scrolled back up and I clicked on Buy GitLab Premium. It then brought me to this sign up screen. Very straightforward process. I didn't get lost at all. I knew that, very similar form to all the other sign up process I've been through. First name, last name, username, um, had me verify through this little puzzle. That was pretty clear. And then clicked on register after that. I think overall is a very simple form. It did feel like it was really long, like a long amount of data. I almost feel like there's a lot of white space on each side. Aesthetically, maybe we could clean this up a little bit, but overall, very simple to use, no problems at all in regards to sign up. After I clicked register, it then had me verify my email address. So it said it sent a code to my email. I went and checked my email. This was really nice because it ended up sending it within about 30 seconds, very quick response time for that verification code. I then grabbed the verification code, typed it in here, and I hit verify. And then it brought me to this screen that said it completed, and then I can click the next button. Very easy process. I didn't get stuck at all in this process. The only thing I would say is it seems a little redundant that I have to click the next button after it's verified. It would have been nice if I just had an automatic verification screen that popped up and then it navigated me to the next screen. However, it didn't, so I just clicked on next, and then it brought me to this screen where I needed to enter my role and reasons for signing up. One thing I did notice is it did not have my executive leadership role, CTO, or any type of role like that. So I just selected other. I was a little surprised by that. I felt like that might be a common role. And so anyways, it didn't have it, so I just selected other. And then I selected my reason that I wanted to move my repository. And from here, I just selected my company. So because I'll be using this for my company. And then down here, I would have liked to have a third option because I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to join a project, create a new project right off the bat. I kind of wanted to explore first. It would have been nice if I had a third option that said decide later or something like that. The other thing that kind of stuck out to me is this create a new project and join your team. Since they were both the same font size, there's a little bit of difference because it's gray versus this darker color. So I kind of figured it went with the top text, but at first glance, it was a little, it almost seems like this needs to be smaller or indented to show and indicate that it kind of goes with this. It almost looks like this is its own radio button and radio option without the radio button. So on first glance, I was a little confused at that, but then I noticed, okay, this text actually belongs to this. So yeah, it's just a small detail. Didn't really get stuck on that, but might want some additional separation there. From there, I clicked on continue. It then brought me to the checkout page where I can enter in all of my information. So I entered in my subscription details. This it had my subscription details here. I entered in the name of my company. This was very self-explanatory. I could see that it had the number of users I could select over here. And then when I typed in my company information, I did notice there was an error in my company's name because of the apostrophe. Looks like it might just be a bug in the system that we might want to fix to account for that. And then the other thing that I did notice is immediately when I started filling out the billing address information, I selected street address and I just started typing in my address. And I went down to state and I noticed it was just an empty list of states. So I thought the application was broken at first glance. And then I realized I actually didn't select a country at the top. And so it took me just a couple minutes to kind of click around, but it would have been nice if it gave me some sort of indication, like an error message that, hey, you haven't selected a country first, or maybe this just didn't drop down at all until I selected the country up above. That would have been a better indicator to show me where I needed to go from there. From there, I entered in my payment information. So I had all of my checkout details in. And then when I clicked on review your order, I got this error up here. So I was a little confused by this error. It was not in a real language, I feel like. And then towards the middle, it got a little bit better where it said zip is not valid for state. So then I realized, oh, this is an Oregon. I selected Oregon for the state, but it's actually a Utah zip code. And so I went back in here and clicked edit and was able to update that and fix the error. But it took me a few minutes to kind of figure out, okay, what is going on? So this would have been nice if it was a better error message to begin with. And another thing that I did like about this is that it was easy to go fix it. I could just click edit. I didn't have to fill out the entire form again. I could just click edit and edit this small section. So once I clicked confirm purchase, it then brought me to this page that said, thank you for your purchase. So I got a confirmation message up here, which was what I expected. And then it asked for me to create a group name, and it showed me my group URL and the visibility level. The one thing that I noticed is the private and internal seemed like they were the same thing. They meant the same thing. So I had to read the specifics on what that meant. But I still felt a little confused on what private versus internal meant. Public, I was obvious that everyone that, if it was public, everyone could see it. The other thing is when I was naming my group, this was a little confusing, group name, your organization, but I did like that it showed an explanation up here. It said, okay, this is a group name represents your organization, but I didn't read that at first. I kind of went down here first and started filling out the form. But yeah, overall, didn't get stuck on this page or anything. Clicked on get started, and then it brought me to this final page that showed me my subscription details and my group and all of that information where I could start to create a new project and whatnot. So overall, I felt like the experience was very satisfactory. I started out feeling really good about it, continued to get better and better and better. And then towards the end here, when I had some of these errors that came up where I wasn't quite sure what to do and the empty state list, that kind of went a little downhill for me, but overall it was I gave it a benchmark score of a B because I felt like it was a pretty streamlined process. So that concludes the scorecard presentation for this one. Thank you very much.